We back. We back. Y'all, we are back. We are back. I got some background music kind of going, but we back. Is the lighting right? Are we right? Are we right? Let me bring this to me. Y'all, welcome back to the Keisha Cole podcast, the Dear 20 series. This is episode 9. Episode 9. They thought we wouldn't. They thought we wasn't gonna make it, but we did. Okay, we still got one more episode though, but we at the end. I didn't think we was gonna make it this far, but here we are, episode 9. I hope y'all watched the last episode. I felt like that was a really, really good episode. And if you haven't watched it and you're watching this one now, you need to stop right now and go watch the other one. But let's do our pleasantries, y'all. I hope y'all are following the Keisha Cole podcast on Instagram. I hope y'all are following the Keisha Cole podcast on YouTube. I hope you are following us and subscribe to us on Spotify and Apple Music. Oh, Apple Podcasts. I ain't put my mixtape out yet, but Apple Podcasts. I hope y'all got that followed and subscribed and everything. Please disregard. You might hear some clicking in the back. We got some technical difficulties going on in my kitchen, so please bear with me on that. I'm gonna try to put the sound in the back so it can kind of drown out, but y'all, I can't believe this. We are at episode 9. This is 2021 and 2022. we getting a little recent. We're getting a little too recent now. The other episodes was easy to do because they were so long ago. But now we are like 4 years ago type shit, 2021, 2022. I'm grouping these 2 years up together because I just feel like they both had the same common theme. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Just want to run through and reflect through what I would call 2021 and 2022 like me really being in the thick of it and just allowing things to flow like without having my control over it. Like I'm a control freak to a certain extent, so I can have a little bit of, I can have a little bit of problem with just allowing things to happen, or I'm trying to, I'm always bracing for impact. That's kind of been my slogan right now. Like telling people, I think being that oldest daughter, you're the oldest cousin, you the oldest goddamn everything of the, of your generation. You just kind of, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop always. So I kind of felt like that, throughout, going up into 2020. 2021 was really God, all right, all that stuff you've been praying to me, you've been telling me, are you around the right people? Are y'all growing apart? I had been asking God for action, help me act. I've been talking and I've been praying, but help me act. And baby, 2021 came through straight just at the first beginning. Let's get it. So let's do it, y'all. I may be going off the dome. I do have an outline, but I kind of feel like I need to go off the dome. So I went through, so this was the journal last time, 2020. So part of 2021 is at the end of this journal, and then we continue in this journal here. Shout out to VVS Nails, baby, for doing my freaking nails. They are so cute. Shout out to Michaela for doing my lashes. You know what I'm saying? I said we're starting off 2026 just staying on my shit. I'm tired of putting myself on the back burner. Okay, nails, lashes done all year, hair done. Hair could be done. Hair be done. But I don't ever get nothing else done. So we're changing that this year. That's my New Year's resolution. Anyway, we're reading out of both of these journals. Like I said, both years had the same type of theme. And I really feel like that theme was I have a word for it. Let me see. Look, can't nobody ever say I ain't do the work. Can't nobody ever say I ain't do the work. Yeah, anyway. Oh, let's look at this outline. Now, don't tell me that Here we go. So yes, the theme for 2021 was letting go and fully trusting God on the new path. Like it was really all internal work for 2021 and 2022. So I don't know, man. Like if I had to just do an overview, 2021 was really like, the end of 2020 was me kind of acting on, some long awaited feelings like I need to cut this person off. I need to, step away from this relationship. I tried to refrain from saying cutting people off because I just feel like when you say that, you saying it from a place of like you high and mighty, and that's never the vibe I'm really going for. It's like I do accept that things change and I can accept that relationships can kind of grow apart, but I never want to come at something like, yeah, I had to cut that motherfucker off. Now, I will be in my bag sometimes talking like that, but when I reflect on that, I just don't like to say it in that way because I don't think I'm better than nobody. I don't think nobody's better than nobody. And I also don't feel like we as people can just sit on a pedestal. Like we put ourselves on a pedestal, but I just feel like when we get to saying, yeah, I had to do this, I had to cut this person off, it's like, yeah, that person probably was doing some crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? But if you were either accepting the behavior, enabling the behavior in any way, shape, or form, you are just as guilty or you play just as much as a part in the situation as that person did. So you can't put yourself on no pedestal in it. So that's why I be trying to check my language when I say that. But yeah, so 2021, most of the beginning of that year, like I was just really internal, like and talking to God. Y'all know I write my prayers, or I'm just jotting down things that's in my head, and I'm like, God, I'm really trying to write my way into a new timeline. I'm trying to write my way into a whole new life for real. Like I'm tired of allowing self-sabotage to deter me from everything that I'm trying to do. I'm tired of letting imposter syndrome come through and fuck up everything. It's like this is really me versus me, but the first things first that I got to do, I really got to isolate. And not in a negative way, like I really needed to isolate to hear God for real. And at that point, I was ready. Like 2021, I was like, you know what? I've been filling up my space with so much noise with a bunch of stuff that didn't need to be here no way. So what I mean, we done went through the pandemic. At this point, I'm ready for whatever. I was just ready for the shadow work that I needed to do. So that was 2020. That's the overview of 2021. So let's get into it. Let's get straight into it. 2021, baby. Let's see. Maybe we could start with the first one. Look at me. I start. You know, when it's a new year, you gotta get used to writing a new year in your whatever you write type shit. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is January 6th, 2021. What's that when that happened? Okay, anyway, we made it. It is 2021. Thank you, God, for allowing me to see it. Thank you after the year that we just had. Even though I didn't directly deal with, I did. 2020 was full of ups and downs. I don't want to say it was an effed up year because it also was a year I made the most money I had ever made. I went to LA for the first time. It was a transformational year for me, for sure. I learned so much about myself and the people around me. I learned about this country and how it's never going to get any better unless they do right by the original people of this land. God damn it. Black people, we about to get ours. We endured enough. There's a lesson we must learn and apply within our community. Listen to the children, listen to the children, listen to the children. Children, especially black children, endure the worst. Things are about to change. I guess, I don't know why I said that. I believe the children are our future. Yeah, I guess that's the vibes I was on was the beginning of 2021. But I kind of go on to just affirm that 2021 will be the year of improved health. I want to listen to my body, trust my body, and love my body. Um, yeah, I got a lot of affirmations all throughout here. Um, is this one? Is this one we can do? Let me go by the ones that I have tabbed. Like I will read everything that's not tabbed. Just hard headed. Dang. Okay, let's see. Okay, January 25th, 2021. It's a brand new day. I'm leaving what I can't control with God. No stress. What's for me will find me. Thank you, God. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, spirit guys. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for yesterday. I gained a lot of knowledge I needed for my business. I had never heard of business credit until I found Ellie Talks page and my mind was opened. I've been getting my shit together with that, and I ask God for guidance with that. Please keep worry out and keep me focused. I believe I've entered a new level. I believe I unlocked a new code. Praise God. I have everything that I need, and what's for me will quickly find me. Yesterday, I knew I entered a new level when I didn't argue back with my granny about what's going on with my account. Baby, I would go deep on that, but we have made it real far. But those that know. Me and my granny, I love her down, I love my granny down, but baby, she took me through some anyway. Expect I didn't argue back with her. I just need people to be fair with me and treat me right, especially if they expect that from me. Especially if they expect that from me. Accountability is so hard for black people, especially the black people in my family. Taking it a day at a time, I truly pray for them all, and I pray we reach healing in every aspect of that. God has so many angels out here around me, and I feel like I have a something to say. I have to say something to help others, a story to say to help others. I'm guessing. I don't know what that says. Thank you, God. Thank you so much for today. That's all I put for that. Ooh. Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of talk on that. Like this, I really want to say the first quarter of 2021, I was just really trying to push through all of them old feelings that like we done already talked about on all the previous episodes. Like I was just holding in so freaking much, or trying to hold on to all of these strings of relationships, like family mostly. Like the most hurt that I've ever been through are the people that's close to me, family or friends I done grew up with type shit. That's the most hurt I done had. Anybody else, I don't really give a damn. But anybody like that, come on now. But I was just going through so many trying moments with people where that anybody else had been through those situations. They probably would have flipped. They probably would have spazzed the fuck out. And I just was feeling like, God, are you testing like my patience? Or like, what are we doing here? Like, I kept having to question. I kept finding myself in situations where I was questioning God, because I'm like, I keep going through stuff. And I keep going through stuff with the women in my family, and I'm like, in a way, this is skewing my outlook on just relationships with women in general, because I just see how conniving women can be. And I'm not excluding myself. I'm not even excluding myself in that. But because I am just a natural girl's girl, but I do not identify with the girls that identify as girls out here today. But I feel like I've always just been that naturally. But I've had to learn over time, like, you gotta be open to talking about the conniving shit that we just kind of sweep under the rug that does come from women in our family. And that type of behavior just continues to go from generation to generation, because everybody's fucking scared to say something. You know what I'm saying? Granny might be big mama, but granny might be messy. You know what I'm saying? So, I kind of was just going through a lot of that, like a lot of revelations of people and how they are, but trying not to allow that to make it to where like I'm just cutting them off. Like that was kind of that time. Like I was in a black and white thing. Like, do I just stop talking to this person or do I just accept them for who they are? Like, this is where I was learning, like, every situation that comes up doesn't need the same reaction. Like, you have to change how you respond. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was learning. Love my granny down though, but she know. She watching. She know. I love you, girl. But yeah, yeah, I was just going through. Everything was kind of compounding, but I was trying to write my way through it, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I was still in that scared point in the first quarter of 2021 because I hadn't made any decisions or I haven't really moved on to action yet for real. So, yeah. Thank God for this day. I'm sticking to my guns. Okay. Let's see another tab. Look at me. Like I said, read the tab. Stop. Okay, we back. So let's read February 7th, 2021. It's Super Bowl Sunday. The year of 2021 is moving. I'm claiming a great week and great day today. I have some things to create to put out for Black History Month and Valentine's Day. I'm praying over those collections. I believe I will sell out. Fun fact, I don't think I sold nothing. I think my homegirl and maybe one other person bought something from that collection. Shout out to Shalonda. But did not sell out. Anyway, God, I'm also claiming to be approved on my business account so I can get the ball rolling on my loan. I pray to get all of these things together this week in your name. I pray, God. My roadblocks are the account and the 2019 taxes. I pray it all works out. This week I shoot with my cousin. This is going to be my first official mini shoot. Doing myself promoting Kiss Me Co. I'm excited and I believe me tying myself to Kiss Me Co. has really helped my engagement on my social media. Thank you for helping me get out of my own way. Thank you for helping me find the confidence in myself to quiet all the doubting voices in my head. God, I ask that you keep me on my works this week with my morning routines and staying on top of my time management. What's for me is seeking me. Amen. Yeah. So I feel like most of the rest of these entries is more so kind of just trying to stay focused for real. So I had applied, I think, for one of them loans that was still going on, either the EIDL loan, one of them, but end up getting it, thank God, and the rest was history. God is good. Yeah, I was more so like when I started that process of trying to get the loan and things, was kind of like a lot of things was getting greenlit in the process of trying to get that loan. I was kind of like trying to switch out and really get focused on my routines and just like, God, just help me stay disciplined. Help me stay disciplined with this type of money. I ain't never had this much money at one time, you know what I'm saying, to kind of deal with. And that's kind of when I started to discover like, is something worth exploring as far as my relationship with money and how the feelings that come up around money. You know, why do I feel like, I don't know, like we'll get into it as we get into the end of the year, but I just started to recognize like my relationship with money, I needed to really dive deep on that basically. So, yeah. So let's go to is this one? Ooh, let's do this one. February 19th, 2021. Wow, what a week. I am just now returning home from working Sunday to now. A historic snowstorm. That's almost a tongue twister for me. A historic snowstorm came through Little Rock this week and left me stuck at work. Even though I was irritated, I was blessed. I had heat, water, lights, and gas. I had nothing to complain about. Texas has been going through it, and prayers to all the families affected. I've went through purging emotions this week, sealing relationships that no longer serve me. I had another dream of a snake that bit me. It's just been a lot of symbolism, stillness, and symbolism. I'm protecting my peace and protecting my energy. I cannot continue to have and try to uplift lobby dwellers. What they say? Who you feeling like? Lobby dwellers. I have to let go and where God. I have to let go and go where God has destined me to be. So this was kind of like a sub tweet in a way. I think that's the same time. Yeah. So this time, I'm working at the hotel. I'm working at the AC hotel. Got stuck down there during the snowstorm. Actually, it was a really fun moment. It was really cool. But they had us up in the room. It was real cool. I want to say this is kind of like a year out from when they opened the hotel. But anyway, here we are. We're gonna talk about somebody else. I don't know what to name this guy. Let's call him Big Fella. So Big Fella, I was talking to Big Fella, and Big Fella, after the things kind of happened between me and Martin, me and Big Fella started, courting. You know what I'm saying? This had been years developing. I just have not mentioned him in previous episodes. This is just now where it's significant because I had to cut Big Fella off. So this was the one of the turning points of me and his relationship. Like, hindsight, Big Fella, he's a cool guy. Everything, like, funny. He real cool. You know what I'm saying? But we had kicked it so long and we really was friends for real. Like, it was one of them situations where, like, you trying to make something more than what it is and it really wasn't that. And that's what I felt like in ways we both had that going on. Like, we both was trying to turn it into some that it really just wasn't never gonna be. And if I really gotta be real about it, I just felt like, he just said what he needed to say to just keep me going. You know what I'm saying? Keep me there. He just putting coins in me. Just saying shit to keep this shit rolling. Cause that revelation had came very early on. We just both were stringing each other along. Like, we gonna keep it real on the Cash Code podcast. We gonna keep it real. Okay. That's what we doing. We was just stringing each other along. So this is one of the turning moments of that relationship when the snowstorm came and we kicking it or whatever. We get snowed in and I don't even want to really recap the story for real because it pisses me off so bad. But long story short, I end up going to get him. He comes back to the hotel and he does this whole thing about, oh my God, I need to get a ride to my grandma's house in the middle of a motherfucking snowstorm. Bitch, you talking about I got to get a ride to my grandma's house. Bitch, you see hey. Ooh, this is a lot of shit I wanted to say at that point. I just kept it all in and I'm just like, hey, figure out how the fuck you gonna get to your grandma's house, bro. Cause the nigga lied talking about, he could, to me, it was a lie. I don't know if it was a lie or not, but it was a lie. But nigga talk about granny got sick in the snowstorm. So he gotta leave me, or could I take him to his granny in the middle of, y'all, if y'all remember all that snow that came through in 2021, you want me to go through this to go get granny, like, or get you to granny? Like, it was, girl, I can't even, none of this is making sense right now because now me bringing it all back up, I'm getting mad again. It was just a bunch of bullshit. Nigga was just telling me some bullshit because he was trying to wait on whoever he was fucking with at the time. He not trying to make, you know what I'm saying, make us see each other. He trying to miss that, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, bring him to the hotel. He trying to leave, doing all that shit. it was just too much. I was just like, bro, I'm sick of this. Okay, like let's just stop. Let's just quit fucking with each other. Like, you don't like me like that. I really don't like you like that. Not in that way. Like, cause we really friends, but shit kind of got too convoluted. Shit got too deep, and I just was like, the only way to really save this relationship is to walk away from it. Period. So just sent them walking in the snow, baby, at the hotel. We exchanged some words out there in front of the hotel, and just was like, hey, I don't care how you get home, bitch. I don't care. Fuck you. That's my thoughts on Big Fella. But I hope he's doing amazing. You know, I hope he's doing amazing in life. But yeah, I'm not even, if you want me to go deep on that one day, or maybe a bonus episode, if y'all want me to go deep on that, say what's up. I'm gonna do something. I'll explain further. But that was that journal entries explaining, like, at the end, I really didn't go into depth. It was just like me just saying, like, girl, it's time to get rid of all these relationships that just, there's nothing coming from them. There's nothing coming from this nigga. There's nothing coming from this relationship with your homegirl. There's nothing coming from none of this shit. It's time to let this shit go. It's time to let it go. So the pressure is getting worse. So yes, let's keep going. Okay, we 26 minutes in. Okay. So yeah. Okay, yeah. So let's do this one. And then we're gonna skip to quarter 2 of this. So yeah. I said this is February 21st, 2021. Thank God, dear God, thank you for my intuition. I will never go against my gut again. Whatever I feel the first time is true. I'm always right. My body is always right. No need to beat myself up. I learned the lesson. Assess fully and stay hesitant to protect yourself. I pray. Yes, I pray. I never will lower my standards again. God, order my steps, protecting my peace, and keep me organized. Thank you for the clarity. Oh. Ooh, I'm gonna say it. So on that part, I pray I'm not pregnant, flat out. So Big Fella, I thought I had a little scare messing with that man, and that's when I had to learn, you can't, girl, grow up. If you know you don't want no long life with Big Fella, then quit playing. This is your time to quit playing. And that's basically what happened. I scared, all that shit happened, and then around that time I think I missed my period, but I was really just stressed the fuck out. But I'm like, oh my God, I'm not pregnant. And man, I went through all that, but I also was like beating myself up in the meantime, because I'm like, bitch, you're too old to even be, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's gonna give a fuck if you get pregnant because you're old enough. You know what I'm saying? But you know you don't want to be pregnant by this nigga, because you can already see how this shit gonna go. Abort mission, bitch. Get the fuck out of there. Get the fuck out of there. Okay, so that's that. So yeah, let's get into the middle. Let's go forward. Like I said, purging, getting things out, trying to push it all out, baby, push it all out. So what's this? See, like I said, a lot of stuff was just me praying, a lot of affirmations. That was the most kind of like a significant thing that happened in the quarter 1 of 2021. But as we get into quarter 2, this is where things really start to shift. So May 5th, 2021. Thank you, God. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, spirit guides. Thank you for waking me up this morning and starting me on my way. Thank you for the message on boundaries that was gave to me. I'm going to set boundaries with insert friend name there, to help me mature our friendship going forward with all the transformations that are going on right now. I feel like this will be harsh or hard at first, but will, but it'll be a relief and very healthy in the end. Yesterday, I was able to talk myself down out of a trigger from Big Fella. I'll explain another time, but just know I'm proud of myself and I'm proud of the lessons that I was able to work through in the last 24 hours. I asked you guys to help me stick to my guns with setting my boundaries with friend and with all of my other relationships. I don't always have to throw people away. Having those difficult conversations are always a blessing in the end, and I'm grateful for that alone. Please just help me get through it. Today will be a great day. I will have all of my bills paid and I will work on my skill in lashing and doing some light finance work this evening. Tomorrow I will have product finished and some or most of my product labeled and as I prepare for the new Kiss Me Co collection. This I will sell out and reimburse the biz. This is my year. God, just help me get through my triggers. Thank you so much for the messages today. Today is a great day. So yeah, kind of talking myself up. So I can read this one too. May 8th, 2021. Lessons learned this week. Reposition your relationship. Set clear and healthy boundaries. Don't deprive yourself of love and desires that you deserve. I love getting quiet to receive the messages from spirit. They're not always easy, but I know they didn't come for no reason. I'm ready to shed the skin and enter my new life and my new purpose. Yeah. So literally, we did that. So let's get into the nitty. Let's get into that. So 2021, we start this new journal off. I know this is gonna stop here, so I'm gonna see. Look at me, I'm waiting on the time. I see the time. Usually it stops by 16 minutes, but we are going to read journal entry in this new journal. We're going to read May 9th, 2021. Today is Mother's Day. And this is my new journal. Hold on. Let's stop. Okay. So, May 9th, 2021. Today is Mother's Day. This is my new journal. I feel like this journal personifies this new level I have entered. Today was so emotional and so therapeutic. Okay, then we go to May 10th, 2021. Continuing from yesterday, it was a breakthrough for me, such a breakthrough. I felt like I let go of something that was so toxic and I had been keeping it around for too long. I had to do both of us a solid and cut the cords once and for all. I feel so free and light. I know I'll miss my best friend, but I had been neglecting my own spirit throughout this whole friendship. I'm kind of learning that most of my friendships were fun trauma bonds, unhealthy attachments and communications. We were holding on to time and respect. We were holding on to time and respect was on the lesser end of it on both ends to an extent. I had to give that during such a transitional moment in her life. But there are lessons that have to be taught to both of us without the attachment. I spoke to my mom briefly yesterday, very, very briefly. All I can say is that it was a start. That's all I can say. I spoke to my grandmothers on both sides, very therapeutic. Talks, very emotional, tear-filled conversations, necessary and needed. I needed it so much. Yesterday was everything I needed. God, I thank you so much for always protecting me and guiding me through, giving me these talks and good feelings. Thank you for my intuition. Thank you that I was able to bet on myself and my intuition without fear, going through it head on. Thank you. Thank you for this new level I just entered. Everything changes from now. So that day was, I just remember crying the entire day. And the thing was, the week prior to that, me and my best friend at the time, things had kind of got a little rocky. And I won't go like too into detail, but we were already on the rocks, but something more rocks got thrown on top of the rocks that we was already in. And I'm like, bruh, I don't think I can handle this no more. Like, I can't handle, like, I was already trying to rearrange the rocks that was already, you know what I'm saying, that was already a problem. Now you want me to deal with some more rocks? I don't even think I like you that much to be going through more shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how I was feeling at that time. So I kind of prayed on it for a week, and I was like, God, do I just push through and, try it again? Do I push through and try to, you know, do some more shit on trying to rekindle the relationship or keep it together? But I really had to say, no, just take your hands off of it. Like, I'm done. So leading up to Mother's Day, I was like, this is the day. I'm so sweet. I gave my friend a parting gift, a parting note. Like, I left pretty pleasantly, pretty peacefully. And it was a face-to-face brief conversation. I just was like, I feel like we are both going on two different journeys. While I feel like the way that she probably received it was probably like, Keisha just tripping shit. We'll be back talking next week type of shit. I don't think she really understood the severity of really where I was for real. Like, I'm really done. Like, I don't got shit else in me. Nothing. Like, everything I had, you done took it. I don't have shit else. And I'm sure even in the midst of the time, like, us trying to work through all of that old shit, you know what I'm saying? The quote unquote betrayal and all of that type of shit, us trying to really work through it. I'm like, I know you tired of even having to go through the shit with me, because I still had moments where I was triggered by that shit. By the shit that happened, that caused us to be at odds anyway. You know what I'm saying? I still was kind of dealing with it because I did not allow myself to feel anything for real of that situation. Her kind of, what she was doing, you know what I'm saying, with the dude. And at the same time, with me not really dealing with those feelings, I'm trying to get through them as healthily as possible, but she wasn't where I was, basically. Like, I'm really trying to heal our relationship from a healthy level. She just kind of just going through the motions. And I'm like, I can't just go through the motions with this friendship, especially the transition or crossroad that we're at right now. Like, this is causing for us to grow up and be women. And I don't know if you ready. At this point, I don't even give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to save myself. I've been avoiding feelings. I've been trying to push stuff away because I've been trying to hold so much shit together. Like, this is literally my time to let go, break down, let God, and just allow myself to be rebuilt in front of y'all type shit. So, or in front of whoever, I don't know, because I cut everybody out. But literally, that was really it. So moving through, I'm gonna just summarize, just for the sake of time. Like, I'm gonna kind of summarize like what I was going through the rest of that year. Like, I wrote a lot. I just felt like it was a very internal year of me just having conversations with myself, because I'm like, okay, now I'm going through life without my best friend. Like, that's hard. I never really like imagined us not going through, these later years, our late 20s going into our 30s. Like, I did not really envision us not going through that type of shit together. So now I'm really having to deal with the reality. Like, I'm really having to let my best friend go for real. And I was hurting very deeply, very badly. But it wasn't in a way where it was like detrimental, like, on a physical level. It was just a really deep hole in my heart, because I just felt like we really just not seeing shit out of eye. Like, I'm really trying to approach it from a healthy level, or try to in all ways to keep shit respectful between us, because while I'm still trying to keep things respectful, I had to acknowledge that I hadn't even allowed myself to feel the rage. I hadn't allowed myself to feel the sadness of that, of her crossing the line. I had allowed myself to feel anything. So now that I made that decision, like, okay, girl, like, we just going our separate ways. Once I was in that reality, all of those emotions came. And now I'm having to deal with all of those emotions at one time. And I'm having to deal with all of those emotions by myself without the distraction of having that fun and, just having that attachment with my friend. So a lot of my journal entries of 2021 is just like, oh Lord, like, they just help me. So let me see. So let me see what this is. This is still May. So May is moving. This is May 19, 2021. May is moving. Time waits for no one. I have to stop thinking that I'm supposed to be further than where I am. I have to get out of the energy of comparison. It brings nothing but negativity. I have to understand that everything I'm doing new now counts. It's not being done in vain, regardless of how far or how I feel the lessons I've already learned. God, thank you that I continue to let my dreams of independence push me. Sometimes I feel crazy for still going, but people watch and are inspired as I am with them. I know you got me, God. I know you wouldn't bring me this far to let me go right here. Just please order my steps, God. Keep me focused on enhancing my skills. Keep me focused on my businesses. Send me a team that's curated by you, God. I don't want it if it's not sent by you. Okay, May 20th, 2021. Yesterday was such an emotional day for me. It wasn't even supposed to start like that. Well, end like that. I had a full day blocked off to redo my spa room, but I was triggered right before starting. My baby Israel graduated 5th grade yesterday, and it hurt me that I wasn't there. I could see the tired in his eyes. He is so tired of my mama. I pray she gets the help that she needs. I have to leave the relationship where it is, though. It's too volatile and triggering for me. I can't change how she feels, and I can't make her hold herself accountable. I ain't gonna say that. I can't get it off, but she can. I pray for her and I pray for my baby brother. I love them both, but I am officially done. My heart is tired of being broken. It's done. I can't go to new heights with this baggage, and I'm not. So y'all know I briefly said, like, me and my mom had a brief conversation on Mother's Day that year, and it was so brief I don't fucking remember what we said, but it couldn't have been pleasant because we didn't stay connected after that. And we didn't stay connected to the point that I did not get to go to my baby's 5th grade graduation. But at that moment, I was like I said, I started to just accept things and people for how they are, but at the same time, choosing myself and not feeling the guilt by choosing myself. Like, I was leaning like 2021 really was, it pushed me in the ocean of choose yourself and don't feel guilty, because everybody else has chose themselves. Everybody else has done it. Why won't you take a page out of their book and do the same thing, So, yeah, man. I hear my jazz in the background. So let's do yeah, so yeah. What's this? Let's do this one. So yeah. Friend had to let friend go, I that's why I was kind of saying, like, throughout the rest of the year, I was really kind of writing my way through, all of that hurt and shit. So let's read this one. June 13th, 2021. Thank you, God, for allowing me to wake up another day, another chance to make it happen, another chance to get better at my skills. Today is the second boss brunch, and I have a whole segment to speak. God, please speak through me today. I have worked hard, and I deserve to embrace this moment. I deserve to maximize this moment, to brag on myself for making it through so far, and now I've arrived. I've adjusted to almost any and everything thrown at me that was supposed to knock me off. God always had another plan for me. I deserve to speak on that. I have come so far. I know God has big things in store for me. He did not bring me this far to leave me here. I have come alive this year when I was stuck on dormant trying to figure out my next move. There's no more room for worry. Imposter syndrome can head out. God has brought me here for a reason. I have a testimony. I deserve unexpected blessings. I deserve to celebrate my accomplishments. I am surrounded by love and support, seen and unseen. I am protected. I am loved. Abundance flows to me easily. So my friend Shalonda, she has started doing boss brunches, I believe that year, the beginning of that year, and then this was the second one of that year, and I was able to speak. Me talking and saying like I deserve to be here, I deserve to talk, is because I, for so long, even with the work I've done, even with friends like Shalonda telling me, girl, you're special, you've done things, it just wasn't clicking for real. It really wasn't clicking for real because I'm like, it just don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? I had to really learn what imposter syndrome was, and I was really going through that so tough, and especially at that time, and especially at a time where she's asking me, hey, I want you to speak at my event. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to tell these people? Like, what am I going to say? And this is a time where people really wasn't looking for no inspiration for real. They was looking for how you making money, how you flipping profits and all that, and I didn't have that at the show. So I felt like my words of encouragement, because while I may not have made the most money with Kiss Me Co. or the things and the projects that I was doing like I had set out to do, I felt like Kiss Me Co. and just all of those business adventures at that time really helped me hone in on my internal work, and just seeing and running through and going through the years and just seeing how a lot of people avoid that. I'm just glad that God helped me to hone in and really work on myself during that. But like I said, people don't be wanting to hear that. People want to hear the money, money, money. How can I make money? How can you give me some of that money? So I just felt like what I'm bringing or what I'm saying to this probably won't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even remember what I said up there. But certain people did tell me like what you said was really cool. It was nice. You know what I'm saying? But imposter syndrome was crazy, man. It was just a crazy thing that I was going through. But I was fighting my way through that. But got through it. I have my outline here of my segment. So I had my outline. I don't really know exactly what I said, and I don't think nobody had a video or anything, but got through it. And that's when I had to start telling myself, even because it was a room full of women. Shout out to my friend again. Like, she brought out, it really seemed like every woman in the city to that event. Yeah, she had brought out every woman in the city to that event. So it was a lot. Like, I did speak to a whole room full of women, and it was cool. But that was the first moment where I had to really feel like step into my power or just step into my confidence for real, because I was shying away from it. I was trying to, because I think throughout life, even being a little girl, and I don't know if anybody can kind of attest to it, but I just feel like when you're a cute young girl, you know what I'm saying, people try to trick you out your spot, even from when you a little girl. You know what I'm saying? And I've had different moments in my life where I felt like, ooh, don't do too much, don't be too cute, don't do too much, don't show too much of your personality. It's kind of like I've been keeping myself in this jail within myself because I don't want to make other people uncomfortable. I don't want to make other people feel small. I was so focused on how other people feel and trying to make sure they feel okay around me and all this type of shit. I said, literally, that moment of standing up and speaking and just really trying to push myself throughout that feeling is kind of like, girl, fuck people and fuck how they feel. Like, if they are uncomfortable, let them be uncomfortable. Let them be uncomfortable. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. You are who you are. You're a beautiful, intelligent, funny, ambitious, hustling ass woman. And if that's you, be that and take up the room. Take up space. Take it up. It's there for you to take up. If you don't take it up, somebody else is going to take it up. And it's encouraged that other people take it up. But, you know what I'm saying? I had to let myself know that it was okay to take up the space. And that was my first thing. So, shout out to Shalonda for extending that invitation to me, for me to come and speak. Like, that was a pivotal moment in this confidence journey, because I was trying to rebuild my confidence, or I ain't even gonna say like I've had low confidence. I think I had a low sense of self-worth. I don't think my confidence and self-worth were just in the pits, but when you're not really privy, or you really don't really know how to navigate that, and especially when you're in an environment where being self-depreciating, in an environment where being self-depreciating is really upheld. I'm not gonna say it's like encouraged or it's glorified, but more people kind of tend to you or listen to you when you're like, well, oh my God, woe is me. Then people are like, oh my God, everything's gonna get better. But when you come in a room and you like, no, it is better because I'm here. When a person, especially a woman, come through with that confidence and knowing, like, I deserve to be here, people don't like that. So I was like, I actually like women that know how to walk in a room and command it. I like women that know how to speak and project and enunciate and look you dead in the eye and tell you how they feel. I aspire to be a woman like that. I aspire to walk in a room like that. I aspire to be a woman that does not give a fuck. So it starts here. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we do. But let's continue to get through 2021, y'all. We are already an hour in. I didn't even know it was so damn God. But yeah, so let's do this one. June 18th, 2021. Thank you, God, for allowing me to see another day and getting me through another week. This week has been tough mentally. I've been pulling myself out of those holes and pits of unworthiness. I had to keep telling myself I'm supposed to be here. Imposter syndrome definitely took its toll on me this week after the boss brunch. I really was feeling like I didn't deserve to be up there talking like I was in front of over 100 Black women that heard me. I've always known my voice or something would get my voice or something in the vision of a lot. Oh, my voice or something would get me in the vision of a lot of people, but I didn't know how it would happen. I gotta let God just do what he does best, and I need to mind my business. I felt jealousy, envy, unworthiness, comparison all this week, and God really wanted me to chill, but also get real with myself on my shadow work. I thank you, God, for all the blessings and the lessons. Today, I walk and I act like I'm blessed because I am. Thank you, God. Okay, so I think throughout 2021, I had a lot of checkpoints of like compounded lessons that I kind of just took over in time. So it says self-love equals self-confidence. Recognize the love around you. Return that out into the universe. Confidence is missing in your work. You must show it. You blocked yourself from the flow by simply worrying and and not truly being confident in yourself. You've operated in survival too long when we have been trying to show you the thrive way. Understanding your blockages will free you from this matrix of returning to the place you keep praying to get out of. Stay in the flow, trust in spirit, trust in God, recognize the love around you, and bask in it. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's kind of fast forward to the end. Because I didn't know it was going to take this up this much. I wasn't trying to do a long, I wasn't trying to do a long episode. Yeah, let's go straight to the thing. Yeah. Okay, is this one that I have? Yep. September 5th, 2021. When I leave a situation with grace and the other person is always confused, when I leave a situation with grace, the other person is always confused and always comes back in some sort of way. Continue to be gracious, Keisha, but stand firm. I am a whole different person compared to the girl that was writing in here a few months ago. I have evolved so much. My tolerance is very low for bullshit. I'm understanding the value of time and money more. I'm viewing relationships differently. It's just giving late 20s, lol. My prior years to now definitely has prepared me. Most of these things I'm going through, I've seen before, and I'm just now readjusting my perspective on it so it can work in my benefit, i.e. my job. I thank God for helping me get all distractions out of my way and understanding that everything and everybody in or out my life doesn't need my full attention. That focus should be on me. I'm glad I've shifted. I'm glad I've reshifted. I feel so in alignment now, and I'm thankful, and I pray to stay in alignment even as things evolve and change for the good. So yeah, that was a good checkpoint. I was like, all right, God, I see what you're doing. I see what I need to do. I see how I need to stay on my grind and keep me going. Let me switch out the battery. All right. Okay. We back. Okay. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yes, staying in alignment. I was ready to really just ready for what was to come with this new mindset that I have. Like really stepping into my power, really stepping into my confidence, and really just letting go and letting God for real. Like, girl, if you would just focus on you for real. Like, one thing I will say, when me and my friend at the time was going through it, she said it maliciously, but it's just something I just never forget. I remember in the midst of all that shit that was going on after this bitch then crossed the line with me, she gonna say, yeah, ladies, make sure that you love yourself before you find yourself mad at the next woman. She said it maliciously towards me, but I just kind of kept that in the back of my mind, like, you sure right. Let me love myself. Let me love myself the fuck away from you, bitch. But anyway, that was some real shit right there anyway. But yeah, I took a no. I just took a no. Like, I just was like, okay, I hear you. I hear y'all. I hear everybody saying crazy shit to me, and I'm putting it in my back pocket, and I'm learning. But let's keep it going. So, September 12th, 2021, money can't buy love, but it can buy me that new vet, though. That was on my mind as I began to write today. It's been too long since the last time I wrote. So much has happened. My best friend Shalonda has gotten married. This week has been full of love. For her and everyone around, and I'm thanking God for such a beautiful time for the bride and groom and everybody that was involved. I've had 2 days off to complete and recoup from the last 2 months, and this week I haven't I haven't done a thing and I'm about to go haywire right now. But yesterday I did absolutely nothing and I felt good about it. I'm claiming I'm claiming this upcoming week to be very productive as I get back into the groove of things. Yes, that was good, good, good. So it's a lot of that. I'm about to start pushing through. Hold on. Excuse me. So I want to read this. This is half of the journal entry from October 14th, 2021. God, I didn't know it would be this hard, but this is what I asked for, to have this burden off of me. And I swear I'm not just trying to sit and throw blame on anyone. I'm just tired of hurting and blaming myself for how things worked out. Whether somebody did it to me or I did it to them, very rare. I put that in parentheses. I got too comfortable bullying myself with how things turned out, and I guilted myself to go back into things knowing I needed to free myself. Well, God, tonight I'm free. I'm free. I'm a little sad, but I'm free. I ask that you heal my heart and help me continue on this path. Better relationships are coming because I deserve it. Love yourself and keep putting yourself first. You can do the rest later. God got you. God knows your heart. And leave things where they are and move on healthily. So, this particular entry, me and friend at the time had a short spat back and forth on not social media, just in text messages, and it got really heated, and it just brought up a lot of emotions, but it was just more so like, girl, it was more so of an indicator, like, because I'm not trying to throw no blame. It was something that happened where I could take accountability for it at the same time, but at the same time, the situation being sought out from her end was just an indicator that there hadn't been no growth on her end in that time that we hadn't talked. So I just was like, well, this is just showing me the way I was trying to approach it with this healthy shit and this therapeutic way wasn't gonna never work no goddamn way. So yeah, fuck it. So yeah, but that was me being honest though for the first time of how I felt for real, because like I said, I kept trying to push feelings away, or like in a way trying to be all quote unquote macho and macho my way out the feelings. But it's like, this is your best friend, Keisha. This is a friend that you grew up with. Y'all was knee high to a goddamn grasshopper. Now, while I was going through a lot of that shit, and while I'm looking at our friendship like that, I had to get real in a lot of ways to see, like, maybe I was a friend to her, but she just wasn't a friend to me. And it was a lot of things throughout our friendship that kind of indicated that maybe we were never eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't negate the love that I felt like we had for each other, or the love I had for her. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that love runs out, but it does get to a point where it just feels like, if we're not hearing each other, we're not listening to each other. You feel like you're right in your feelings. I feel like I'm right in my feelings. We can't heal it. And because I've been the person that people kind of look to kind of like fix things, like even my daddy will say it, and I don't even like to wear that fucking jacket, but it's like, you are this bigger person type of person. The way my daddy has explained it, in a way, like, you know, you have a gift to see things from an objective overall type of perspective, which kind of leads you in the position to be a bigger person all the time. And granted, you might be tired of doing that, but sometimes you gotta lean into your gift in that way. And I was like, Daddy, I'm tired of leaning into my gift. Okay, fuck the gift. That's kind of how I was feeling at the time, for real. But yeah, so as we end 2021, I just was more so just accepting things for how they are, but diving really deep into that self-love and diving deep into exploring how I feel. So if I'm feeling rage that day, feel it. If I'm feeling sad, feel it. If I'm feeling indifferent, if I'm feeling like, I had moments where, and this is real transparent, I had moments where, now that I was away from my best friend at the time, like now that I'm away from her and all of those goddamn on feelings that was coming up from just her actions, I had noticed that I was burying everything that I had felt about the dude at the time. Now, granted, I wasn't looking to be with him. I wasn't looking for nothing, you know what I'm saying? But stepping away from the relationship, the friendship from her, all of those emotions came back up. So everything, that's why I be saying, like, man, everything you trying to pack down and you ain't trying to deal with, that shit's gonna come up. It's gonna come up. It's gonna come up whether you like it or not. It's gonna come up. And all of them feelings came up. All of those feelings, look at me, I'm trying to take this down. But yeah, all of those feelings came up and I had to deal with that. Like, I had a moment in time where I felt like I wanted to reach out to him and all this type of shit. And I had to stop myself, like, girl, fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Hold the fuck up. What the fuck are you doing? But I had to allow myself to feel it all, though. Like, I had to feel every emotion for me to really get to the other side. So what they say, the only way out is through. And that was 2021 for me. The only way out was through. And baby, I was going through, all up and through. So let's read this. November 5th, 2021. Thank you, God, for helping me release what no longer serves me. My focus is on real love, real connections. I love myself enough to know not to waste my energy in places where love is not reciprocated. I will no longer hold on to the what ifs of situations and focus on trusting my instincts. God has not steered me wrong, and I thank you for it. I declare this new level in my life to be symbolized by the new moon. I'm finally here, God. I hear you and I put forth the action. I thank you for helping me on this journey up until this point. Yes. 11/11. Let's do this one. 11/11. November 11, 2021. God, I thank you for truly bringing me to the other side of my triggers. Of course, I'm still adjusting to this new way and to the boundaries that I'm setting, but I feel like I'm on the right path. For so long, I have been going back and forth with myself on so much, and for once my mind is quiet. My soul has no pulls on it. My spirit is sure and it's lifted. I'm feeling good. Getting adjusted to this life hasn't been the easiest, and I don't know why I think it's a one and done thing when you have to distance yourself from people in your life. You think you'll be with these certain people forever and ever, and that's just not the case if you have goals and aspirations. God has been moving me on another plane for a minute now, and I was just so afraid to board. Even though I'm going through these emotions each day, it's like each day I'm further and further away from the hurt and the pain I held on to for so long. I've been asking God to fill me up with forgiveness as I enter my new life. I hate no one. I love all my old friends, and I just pray if it was real that they understand why I had to isolate myself. Whether if it were things that they did or said, I hope in this time we can all grow into the women that we set out to be and dream to be. I hold on to no guilt anymore. I'm showing up for myself in a whole different way now. Thank you so much, God. Thank you for the clarity and thank you for the growth. If that doesn't sum up 2021, I don't know what else does, but reading that now just wow. Yes, man. Yes. So here's something I jotted down. Maybe I have to understand that being the bigger person is my role in this life. to give grace to yourself, then extend it to others. Let people know the new boundaries and requirements on self in order for these adult relationships to work. Be open about how you feel as soon as you feel it. Give people credit for wanting to be in your life in a healthy way and understand how they can fit, vice versa. Continue to heal your spirit. Yes, little baby. I'm trying to get to the last one. What's this? This December 5th, 2021. There are so many things I've got to. Oh, love. There's so many things I got to tell you. But I'm afraid I don't know how. Because there's a possibility that you will look at me differently. The willingness, the curiosity, the vulnerability, the patience, and the eagerness. This year has been so much for me emotionally. All throughout, I wondered if I operated through love in its entirety. Whether I had given people a chance, let go, or just in all give myself a chance. I had to face a lot and fight through a lot, but today I'm talking with a different tune. I've been feeling the feels of love in me and all around me since my birthday, feeling as though no one would tell me happy birthday, or just at first feeling all around lonely. People in my life really showed how they appreciate me, and this birthday just felt different because it felt real. Not to say anybody from the past didn't love me, but to actually see and feel it at the same time felt special. Put the fire under me to continue these feelings in my life of pure, genuine love and support from myself and others. Things have been opening up for me. My heart chakra has went through some work this year. Now I feel patient enough to understand love and the emotions of it. Something I've not gotten right at all in the past, but right now I don't feel the need to over obsess or overthink or just causing unnecessary stress in my love life for no reason. I'm not feeling these feelings because I'm not feeling those feelings because the energy feels pure. No gimmicks, no control, no negativity, just laughs and pure admiration. I don't feel the need to control that which what makes me feel good. And I know all the negative phases that come with this love thing for me right now. I just feel like God is allowing me to truly feel the bliss of it all. Thank you for this moment. So yes, let's read the last one of that year. You're so cute, girl. Anyway, it's almost the new year. This is December 29th, 2021. It's the new year. It feels like the year of no more playing, the year of shut up and show 'em. I'm declaring that I've learned so much in this past year about myself and about my tolerance, and I found out my tolerance for everything and everybody just wore thin. I needed this year for me. I needed this year to strip me down to nothing for the last time. I picked up the lessons I knew already but in a different way. Where I was turning left at first, I now turn right. I've been working smart and not hard. Well, hard too, LOL, but with strategic planning and a strict budget. I'm not letting the demon of self sabotage take me over no longer, because I will make sure to do my very best to prepare. Thank you for this lock-in time. Thank you for this peace. I know it'll be worth it. Yes, it'll be worth it. All right, let's get to 2022. Let's go through it, baby. We is 113 in. I guess we could do the round the same time we did the last one. So let's just get through it. So happy new year. This is January 2nd, 2022. Here we are. Another year, another chance to get it right. I just want to thank God for his mercy, his grace, and his patience. Thank you for always listening and guiding me in the right direction. Thank you for keeping me close. Thank you for my connection to you. Thank you for my ability to keep going. Thank you for the mastery of detachment. Thank you for helping me not to judge others for their shortcomings and just accept that they are trying. Set boundaries and definitely honor your feelings and your boundaries. Continue to stay with me with this, Lord. I strive to continue to be a better woman. I believe the right things will happen at the right time. Hard things have to happen in order to get to the desired change. Don't get caught up. Don't get caught up. Love people where they are and continue to level up. Don't react or move on emotions. Allow God to tell you when the move is right. Listen. Yes, listen. Alrighty. Like I said, 2022 was really more so all internal, kind of just like a piggyback off of 2021. So we're going to fast forward from January to May. To May. Let me see. Let's do it. May 5th. No, May 7th, 2022. Where I am now in life, I couldn't have gotten here without the decisions I made. I pray I stop looking in the past for new revelations to beat myself up about. If I wouldn't have made the choice I chose for myself, my happiness, who knows where I'd be right now? Most likely in the same spot. Sometimes my look back days and emotions my joy in solitude overtake my joy in solitude right now. I love my peace, but sometimes I do get lonely, and I tend to believe my loneliness is solely my fault, or I'll get into an obsessive mode over who did what. I just pray for all of that to cease. I know God has beautiful relationships waiting for me. I just have to accept that I'm worthy of them. I am worthy of real, healthy exchanges. Think about how far you've come, Keish. Remember when worth was a major topic in prayers. Remember when others' energy of confusion would leave you confused. Remember when you wouldn't even lean into certain information to better yourself because of unnecessary blocks of self-sabotage. Remember when imposter syndrome played a major role in your life. You've transmuted so much and transmuted a lot of things within the past year. Be proud of that and trust God. God didn't shake things up out of your comfort for nothing. Be patient and trust God. Baby. Ooh wee. Okay, let's do this one. May 24th, 2022. Presence is the word today. I thank God for my healing up to this point right now in my life. Of course, healing is a constant theme in my life if you are truly dedicated to growth. Mercury retrograde is almost over and it didn't kick my ass. I feel like this one sat me down to reflect on lessons from past relationships, learning from them and truly letting all of the emotions pass and go. Telling myself the way I feel is valid and I don't have to be in a constant battle with myself to prove that to myself. I was tired of not having my own back. I was tired of not having my own back, and that was projected in my relationships. I grew tired of talking about the past to see if I was right or valid in how I felt and not just taking it for what it was. Things are different now. I am now in the present, moving through life with confidence and knowing I can have beautiful relationships in my life because I truly deserve that. I have been going through with the notion that relinquishing control is the only way I can receive the things I truly desire. With relinquishing control, there lies trust in God. God knows what I need when I need it. I trust God to allow me to release control over things and allowing God to send me what's in alignment for me. I thank you, God, for bringing me this far. I've grown so much in the past year. I thank you for loving me and finding the love and self-worth in myself. Life is good. Whew. Okay. I got, like I said, in these journals, I got like these checkpoints in the journals of where I kind of have these compounded lessons. So here is one from June the 1st, 2022. What I've learned in recent months. Never cut what you can untie. During the review of past relationships, I fully understood this time around that those experiences never leave you. If it was meant to go or if it has ran its course, learn the lessons, pick up and move forward. Relationships are work. Relationships are work. especially if they're worth maintaining. Understanding this while knowing how to maintain boundaries are the key to life and healthy relationships. Just because I miss someone doesn't always mean it's time to reconcile. Trusting myself has been a back and forth issue for me, but it dawned on me that I don't always have to reach out in these certain relationships. I walked away from them, and I walked away from them for a reason. Whether I felt disrespected, not heard, etc. You deserve healthy relationships. Don't walk backwards. Staying firm in my work and speaking up when needed will keep my business running smoothly. Falling out of alignment stops or pauses the abundance. Staying true to myself and my routine keeps me in alignment. I have to commit to being more proactive in my routines. Waiting just a moment makes the feeling last. Be open to new, pay attention to yourself. So that was my compounded lessons at that time. Yeah, man. Young Case was getting through it, man. We gonna read these last couple ones I got bookmarked, and then we gonna do a little reflection for the last few minutes, and we gonna end this one. So let's do October 18th, 2022. When I say the past week has been one of the funnest weeks of my life since high school, it was. I thank God for fun and pure joy moments out of life that I'm constantly having. A good time seems to follow me. God, this year has been something. It's been so transformational. It's been a transformational year, to say the least. I've truly gotten to know myself and have grown, trying to know myself and have grown to be okay with that. I'm learning what I need and what I'm able to give. I understand and enforce my boundaries. I'm speaking up more. It's not as scary as I made it seem. I've grown accepting of being confident in decisions I've had to make to preserve myself. Literally a whole perspective change. I'm seeing clearly now. The rain is gone. God has been with me. I'm so thankful I'm still here and I'm able to apply what I've learned. God, today is going to be a great day. All right. Let's fast all the way forward. That was October something. This is now December 6th, 2022. It's December 2022. What the fuck? No time to play. Strict focus and no excuses. On December 2nd, 2022, my sweet great grandmother, Katie B. Roms, gained her wings. A woman I swore would live forever. A woman who lived. A woman who would always be in your corner. A beautiful lady, a diva, my love. I thank you, God and Spirit, for the time we had together. Thank you for the laughs we've had. Thank you for the talks. Thank you for the times I've had the pleasure to make her feel beautiful. Thank you for her giving life to my lineage. Thank you, Granny. You did such a great job. And I guess that same day I kind of came back later that day and I said, words that ring in my head from my granny are every dime that you make, put a nickel back. My grandmother had my grandmother had $1 million company at one point in time in her courier and transportation business. I wish that spirit over my rebranded business. My rebranded business. My granny knew how to make $1. I pray I can improve on the design and maintain the blessings bestowed upon me. Thank you for my time with my granny. I love her more. I love you more is her. That's what she will always say to us. My granny passed the end of 2022. This year would make 4 years she's been gone. That does not even feel real. Whew, that don't even feel real, man. Rest in peace to my granny. Rest in peace to my granny, girl. Katie B. Roms. Goodness. This is that moment of losing my grandmother. It was like I can't even explain it because my granny was one person that was just so prophetic, like in a way, like she spoke in ways to prepare you for the day that she would pass. So while I was sad, like I was really, I was sad, but it was more so like I feel satisfied because she got it. She was laid to rest the way she was wanting. Like it went exactly how she wanted it. And I got videos in my phone like of her speaking it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and in a way that kind of let me know like the women in my family are so powerful. Such a quiet power, such a quiet grace that they have that I know that's in me that I have witnessed from them, and especially from my grandma Katie. Like, I'm sure it was, things that I just didn't know. We've had a lot of conversations, things I didn't know that she went through, things I had learned later in life that she went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just honored to have had that relationship with my great grandmother, and I had that relationship with my great grandmother on both sides. So I end up losing both of my great grandmothers within months of each other. Whew. But I don't know. I just feel they are with me, and that hustle that they've had, like the I don't know, just the strong knowing that they all had. I just feel like that's in me too, So, love you, Granny. Love you, Granny Mac too. My Papa also passed too that year. He passed August 2022. My grandmother died December 2022, and then my Granny Mac passed that in 2023 that March. So it was like back to back. But I feel they are truly with me. They're, man, it's kind of hard explaining that, but love them down. So let's get through this. Let's get through it. December 6th, I had some jot down. So I have keep going no matter what. Stay focused, mind over matter. Every dime you make, put a nickel back. Look good always. Keep your heart open. Keep your boundaries in place. Take care of business first, then have fun. Transitions are a part of life. We have different roles, different phases, different environments that call for us. We have to be willing in order to change over to get to the new task. Transitions made come forth with time, but we have to make the choice to transition or to be still. Comparison slows you down, Keish. Keep your eyes on your own paper, focus, and prepare for the goodness that God has for you. Okay, let's read. Let's read this. And like I said, we're going to wrap this up. So this is December 8th, 2022. This year has been something. This year, the inner conversation with myself changed. Standing on business was all this year. This was all this year was for me. Taking a break, wiping the slate clean to start over. Transitions. I finally accepted the situation between me and my mom for what it is. I can't want a healthy relationship more than she does. I took a break from the ongoing hamster wheel I was in with myself and the comparison vibes that bore from social media. I began to keep it real with myself, too real. I focus more on family and people that intentionally show up for me. My intuition has never been off, so believing in myself a lot more came this year. It really felt like I was getting myself back to the old energy that I had when I first started Kiss Me Cold, but with a more strategic view and better cultivating environment. I finally left a man alone that always showed me he never liked me. I'm not gonna get that graphic, but he never liked me, and I stood firm, and I left for good. I accepted that the choices I had to make to preserve myself were not bad. I wasn't being condemned or held back. God needed me to separate fully to learn myself. This is the year I decided ultimate healing of my inner child. I gained so much understanding. I opened my time and my heart back up, girl, forget that. Yeah. Do what I say I'm going to do has always been it for me. Also learning that doing what I can is also an effort and okay. Fix situations then and there and move on. Hug family a little tighter. It's not a rush, it's a marathon. Embrace every moment of life and stop comparing. I release the spirit of comparison and I send well wishes and move on. I release the grudges. My heart is continuously healing and I have come a long way. Yes, and I have come a long way. A long, low way. And I'm ready for the future, but I'm so thankful that I'm in the now. Today, yeah. Yeah, that's it. What's this? I'd much rather lean into the unknown of faith than to step back into potentially backslide into something or a pattern I've already witnessed or experienced. New life awaits me with all faith in God. God has had his hand on my life for so long, and I'm appreciative of all the lessons I've learned. I pray to stick to the plan and continue to lean on faith. I have not been passed up. Yes, I was working on the railroad, but a new train is approaching. Something bigger and better. God has not allowed me to pick up these lessons for nothing, to leave me right where I am, to have you working, to leave you right now, to have you working on so much for so long. You have heaped up a great deal. He is not done. This is only the beginning. Kill the comparison mode. Stay focused. The devil's trying to distract you at any given moment more than ever now. Stay vigilant. Reach into your toolbox. You have the tools. Get busy. Yeah, I said reach into that toolbox. Get busy. So that was the last entry that I had for 2022. You guys, like you just heard, I'm still at an hour and a half. But y'all, 2021, 2022, those were some transformational years for the kid, as you just heard. Yeah. So I kept it on. So the themes that I had wrote for 2021 was letting go and trusting God on the new path, and 2022 was rebuilding and accepting. So, yeah. So just reflecting on those times, I want to say that time, getting through those things in my life and the things that I had to kind of see at that time for both of those years, I had to go through all of that. And I felt like those were really crucial times to have gotten serious on everything that I was feeling and putting my confidence and my self-worth first in those years. I just felt like those decisions that I made to do that was very crucial, because if I did not do that, I don't think I would be right here in front of you talking on this mic with the confidence that I have. If I did not make those decisions that I needed to make in those years, I would not be who I am right now. That's why I said when I first just started, like, it's getting a little recent. But in a way, I got through all of that shadow work. Not saying that I'm not going to have more shadow work to do. You know what I'm saying? 30 is a whole new beast. You know what I'm saying? But getting through all of that, imposter syndrome, getting through that self-sabotage of my 20s, 2021, 2022 was really those signing off years of this is the last of this type of work that you will have to see. And if it comes back up in later years, you already have those tools in your toolbox to reach in, and you will know how to navigate and you will know how to respond from this point on. So I just say those years were really, really crucial for me to start to bet on myself for real. Like, betting on myself had never been a problem or something scary for me, prior to. But I felt like when I was betting on myself in, them early years, when we first was talking about the reflections, like, starting in 2015 type shit, like, I was just doing it blindly. You know what I'm saying? Just off pure childlike wonder. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing it like that. But yeah, I'm gonna read what I just wrote right here. This time in my life was very crucial to become the woman I am now, literally leaning into every feeling I had, trusting God and my intuition, also letting go letting go, but with a light heart and understanding I had to truly allow myself to feel every emotion to get through it. So I had to get through things to get to the other side. But yes, doing that versus a time when I didn't allow myself to feel. Once I let it flow and felt my feelings and forgave, once I forgave myself, I truly was able to forgive others. I really had to feel every single feeling. It was like a purge. I know some of these cycles I kept going through, I was over. I know some of these cycles I kept going through was over once I knew some of these cycles were over. No, scratch all that I just said. Hold on. I knew some of these cycles I kept going through was over once the tests were coming and I was passing them. From that point on, it's like the confidence and trust in myself went up and I grew up from then. I grew up. I truly grew up. Literally that, man. Literally that. I don't think I have any more words for that. I wrote that down. I'm glad I did. But this is episode 9, y'all. And I really feel like this is one of the ones I'm gonna actually come back and listen to, because goodness, like even being now in 2026 and just seeing all of these routines that I've been trying to get myself in a routine to do, or just always speaking life into myself, especially when I was at my lowest. I was still thinking positive. I was still putting out positive energy. I was still trying to keep myself on the up and up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just really thanking God that I got through. Like I coined and always said 2017 was the worst year of my life. It really wasn't. I'm not gonna say that 2021 or 2022 were the worst years of my life. It was just really like, you know, that TikTok of that lady that I think she a preacher, but she was just like, yeah, this the year where I'ma square up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, what you want to do? That was literally it, and I was ready to fight, and I was fighting. Ooh, I was ready to fight. I was fighting through, baby, and I got through it. And I'm so glad I did what I needed to do to save myself. I'm so glad I did what I needed to do to show up for myself and get free. Yeah, man. Let's do it. Episode 9, 2021, 2022. What we gonna call it? You gotta go through. The only way out is through. That's what we're gonna name this episode. Y'all, this is the episode before the last episode. The next episode probably gonna be long too. I'm gonna try not to have it as long as this, but we're at the end. And if you still here listening to me, I really fuck with you and I love you for listening. Follow us on Spotify, subscribe on YouTube, listen in and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Instagram. Y'all, I'm gonna wait till the next episode to prep y'all up for the next project, the next podcast project we're working on. But I thank y'all for listening. Little Keish, I just want to let you know, girl, I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you so much. And we got through that, girl. And I hope you are proud of big you. I hope you are very proud of the work we had to do. And I hope you are proud that all the work I had to do to protect you, to get you to where we at right now. So let's do it, y'all. Until the next episode, love y'all. Peace out.